We've got about 8 minutes left, so let's go ahead and get to the finale here. I'm gonna bring it open.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Alivast Oracle! Brought to you in part by the Romantian. The Romantian, come our employees.
The Unexpectables still missing. Where is Lord Corbeau? The talk of the town lately has been the disposition of the members of the Unexpectables Guild when information was leaked to the public that one of their members was being sought by the council as part of the negotiations with the Dragon Cult that attacked the city. Recently, as other guards mobilized to search for this group, one question has arisen for many Alivastians. What about Sir Lord Captain Knight Remus Corbeau? It is no secret that the noble Griffin Rider has a long history of association with the Unexpectables Guild, but an ongoing discussion has come up to the fore regarding his formal role in the group. In the past, Captain Lord Knight Sir Corbeau has denied being a member of this guild and has stated his involvement was only temporary, but many who pay attention to these things have noted that he has appeared to spend more and more time with the group the longer they were in the city, and that recently hardly a day goes by that he is not involved with the Unexpectables Guild in some way. This has led to a debate among the common folk, with many members stating that Lord Sir Knight Captain Corbeau should be considered a regular and permanent member of the guild. Past statements from the nobleman himself have been clear, as he is not a member of the guild, but also that much is up to the guild's employer and sponsor and how she wishes to determine his status. Rules of the guild's association are a developing area of law, stated Abacus Fleetfinger, former sponsor of the Unexpectables. Simply working with a guild does not require or entitle someone to membership. There would need to be formal agreements, financial arrangements, and other considerations. Since these types of agreements are still fairly new and often dependent on the needs of the individuals involved, there is no established standard to go by. This touches on an important point. Knight Sir Lord Captain Corbeau is a well-respected gentleman, and due to his various roles as a noble, soldier, celebrity, and city official, he is pulled in by many different directions, as his attention is often needed on a variety of projects and endeavors, many of which are conducted in the deepest secrecies. For example, his lordship has been involved in other guilds in the past, such as the oddly named The Mercs. Many citizens have been wondering what His Royal Majesty's role is with the Unexpectables precisely. Because of that group's current uncertain status, none dare to insult his name and insinuate he is knowingly involved with anything shady and give his presence with them as proof of the guild's good intentions. Others wonder if he is traveling with them as sort of an escort for unofficial council business, perhaps even as an ambassador to speak for the city. Abacus Fleetfinger could not make any statements on the council's current business with the role of Captain Knights Sir Lord Remus Corbeau. In the present state of affairs, I believe that a man such as Lord Corbeau is perfectly capable of deciding his own destiny. He's a man of action, and surely whatever endeavor involves him, I'm sure he's playing a central role. He's not the type of man to simply sit and hold the reins of the forces. Indeed. Let's look at the weather forecast. Here's your 7-day weather forecast with Lelia Stormwing. On last day, it's going to be partially sunny. with a high of 56 and a low of 35. If you're staying out late, be sure to put on your jackets, folks. On Orange Day, PM scattered showers, high of 58 and low of 42, with a 40% chance of precipitation. Folks, whenever there's precipitation, always remember prestidigitation. Illinois Day, isolated thunderstorms, then mostly sunny and high of 60 and low of 42. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Hump Day. I fucking just... and then it's just Tuesday. On Tuesday, it's going to be sunny with a high of 62 and a low of 45. And then we got my favorite day of the week, Hump Day, partly cloudy with a high of 63 and a low of 44. On auspicious days, there's a chance of showers with a high of 63 and a low of 46. The temperature is rising. The chance of precipitation is also rising. It's going to be a humid one out there, folks. Keep your doors and windows closed if you want to stay comfy inside your own homes. Chance of precipitation, 40%. And finally, on Beers Day, showers are looking even more likely. It's going to glum day in Alivast with a high of 62 and a low of 46. Chance of precipitation is 60%. That's your 7-day forecast. I am Layla Stormwing, and I'll see you next week. Privy! Thank you for subscribing at Tier 3 for 2 months. Happy 2-month anniversary, Unexpectables channel. Well, thank you, Probate. Cheers to you. Because I don't think we could have done this without you. He's a man among men. May his kindness and his generosity be echoed throughout the ages. You got approved? Oh, you weren't a mod earlier? Damn. Alright. And, oh my. Of course. Get a tall, cold, refreshing drink at the Romantian. When you have a neck like that, it takes an extra long time to swallow. Ah, okay. See, the emote is still fucking scary. It's... Oh, lordy. There are children present. No, they're not. Children don't read the newspaper. Besides, what's wrong with swallowing a tall, cold, refreshing drink at the Romantian? They've got food. before I get too sidetracked, let's go to the letters of the Lady of Liverosia. Just to finish things off for the night. Don't order the dragon wings to literally melt your esophagus if you can't take the spice. But they're so tasty! It's time for the finale.
The letters to the Lady of Liverosia.
A note from the Lady of Liverosia. Dear readers, I love you. I am sorry that I was out of contact for a while. The recent dragon attack destroyed a good chunk of the tower where I live, and I was in a temporary arrangement while it was being rebuilt. The good news is that my apartment has been rebuilt and is just as nice as it was before. I am a little sad that the wardrobe with carved ducks on it was destroyed, but I've been told that it will be replaced with a new one with bears and honeybees. My heart is breaking for the people who are missing, and those left behind wondering if their loved ones are safe. I've been talking a lot to Liverosia, asking her what I can do, and the answer is still love. So, that's what I'm going to do. I love all the people who are working to rebuild the city. I love everyone who is waiting on the news of their missing friends and family. I love the guards and citizens who did their best to defend us. Even though I may not be able to do much because I'm not allowed outside the city, except under the best of circumstances, I'm still sending all my energy out to my beloved Alivast. If you are feeling lost, alone, helpless, remember that I love you.
Dear lady, you know that many of us have been hiding away recently after those dragons came and tore down the city. Other than the folks out keeping the city running, most of us regular folk have been told to shelter in our homes. This whole situation has got everyone's fur up, and I've just been chewed off my tail, waiting for some good news, even if it's just a sending spell from a friend. Are there things you like to do for the days when you're stuck inside? Signed, Frazzled Feline.
Dear Frazzled Feline, I love you. Recently, we've all been under a lot of stress. One of the best things to do is to recognize we have extra stress, and that everyone around us does too. Don't pretend that this is no big deal. This is unusual, and we all should have permission to recognize that. I'm an expert on being stuck inside, so I'll tell you some ways I cope. I try to maintain a regular schedule, even when I have nothing on my to-do list. Keeping a bit of routine really helps, so getting sun and natural light, I sit by my window a lot and play my cello or look out at the city with my telescope. Lastly, I've been writing a lot of letters, not much, but dropping people notes that tell them how much I love them. It makes me feel good, and I've never had anyone complain about getting a random note. Oh, and one more thing. Butterscotch has been essential at keeping me company. I've been able to give him hugs and pets when I feel nervous and anxious. It really helps a lot. Dear Lady of Liverosia, questions for the lady. My family have been worshippers of Ginter for as long as I can remember. But recently my father has insisted that we become more devout. Recently he has become more critical, less tolerant. It's a bit of a rift between us. I don't tell him about my friends or my hobbies. I don't even tell him that my heart lies with the work of Liverosia. I don't have anything against Ginter. I've gotten comfort from them, but on more than one occasion, but I'm not sure I can agree with all of what his worshippers stand for. How can I show him that I care while still being able to express my own feelings? Signed, Wandering Worshipper. Dear Wandering, I love you. Something you might want to investigate are areas where the teachings of Ginter and Liverosia overlap. For example, many use the rose as an emblem of beauty and love, but the cultivation and care for roses involves a careful study of what these plants need to grow and thrive. Another great synthesis of these disciples of these disciplines was an artist I heard about that made beautiful illustrations of fruit and plants. He worked with the Ginter clergy to catalog different varieties of plants. These are just ideas, and how you express yourself is a decision only you can make. But even though you may not feel a strong affinity for Ginter, don't disregard the positives you've learned. Show your family that your new expression is not a rejection of them. And I believe without further ado, oh. Well, you can read that on your own time. I go into the Alivast Oracle. Be sure to do that. As always, the credits for the Alivast Oracle are Sky on Air as Dwight Ike Brittleberry, writer. Endless Dreamer as Arampath A Tanyalatot, writer. WX Chuck as Layla's Stormwing, weather forecast and classified ads. Scythe Anor as Haldi, writer. Alcoholic as Gregor Shieldmaster, writer. Froggy's mom as Ludwig Hoodenpeel, the Nihilist of Ganache and the Lady of Livrosia, writer, puzzle maker, layout artist. Jim the Rabid Cow as Finnegan Easthoff.
Finnegan Easthoff!
Writer, layout artist, and ad artist. And August Christopher as the illustrator of Kings and Presidents. And Ultrios as Tired Task Artist. Thank you all so much